Okay, this is some tips for new DJI drone owners. So let's start. So first tips is about you really want to update all the firmware on your drone, on your remote control, and batteries. Remember, batteries have to update firmware. It's not like when I was small, you buy a console back home, plug it in, and you can play right away. These days, you buy a PS4, Xbox, you have to spend like an hour update everything on that box and station. Soon you may have to update your like toilet paper or something before you can use it. Last time I thought I've updated everything. Didn't realize I have to update all batteries I've got. I probably waste a few minutes of flying time just to update the batteries. So how do you update your battery? You have to plug in this battery and then it will update everything, and then you have to plug in your another battery to check if there's update, and if there's update you should install it. While updating, you should consider getting DJI Care on top of the normal warranty, as it covers accidents as well. So now it's time to pick your location for your first flight. It's a good idea to pick an open area, not in the wood, for quite obvious reason. It's easier to fly, less easy to crash into anything. But obviously obey local law as well. Now where should your drone take off from? Obviously not over there. You put it at the center of the road. Or also pick a point that's nothing about, there's not a tree above the takeoff area, because when the drone in low power, if you lost control of the drone, it comes back straight down. So obviously if there's a tree above, it goes straight down to the tree and become a bird. Now it would be a good idea to put on propeller guard for your first flight. Because when the propeller hits anything, it is almost impossible to recover from it. Now this is a really simple test to show you what happens when your drone propeller hits something. I've done every safety measurement possible I can imagine. Should be fine, yeah. I can't say I'm not nervous about this, but the thing is, I've tried it for you so you don't have to try it. What I want to demonstrate is that when the propeller hits something, it's almost impossible to recover from that. So you really want to prevent that from happening. Okay, I'm going to let the propeller hit this tripod bag. It's quite soft to not damage the propeller too much. Yeah, that happened. With advanced computer technology, we reveal what really happened in the final seconds from disaster. When the propeller hits the bag, it slows down and loses lift. The drone tilts towards the bag rather than away from the bag. That's why it is almost impossible to get away from a crash. Now turn on your DJI Go app. Now you want to make sure everything is alright, kind of like a actual pilot pre-flight checklist. It even shows you the checklist in front of you. It might help like a Japan train driver, like point and call out. White glove optional. GPS good, really important. Compass really important, good. And vision sensor really important as well, normal. Oh, this is your first flight. Now after you take off, it's a good idea to take off for a bit and then observe everything is normal, and then go straight up for over 7 to 10 meters. Because for Spark and Mavic Air, you have to take off straight up over 7 meters for it to recognize the floor pattern, for it to land automatically. If it need to, for Mavic Pro, it has to be 10 meters. Straight up, not like straight and then go forward. So it's a good precaution. Okay, that was just too damn hot. I think this is a better idea. Yourself in the shade. Your drone take off from the open area. That's better, yes. Okay, another tip is don't rush it. Just don't rush it no matter what. Actually, it happened to me once. It was my friend's drone as well. It was already battery low, so I thought I would just rush it for just one more shot. Because I'm rushing it, I didn't realize when I fly backward, it just hit something and then it crashed. So believe me, if you fly a drone, don't rush it. I think another thing about don't rush it is that to get cinematic footage. Now take off slowly, straight up. Now it actually happened to me that after I flew a drone for a few times, I realized how bad the battery life is. Well, actually it's not too bad, like 15-18 minutes, but when you are flying it, time flies. And then when you realize that, you tend to like rush everything. After I got the footage back on the computer, I found out everything is just too fast. Well, of course, sometimes fast moving motion is just what you want. But what I mean is when you want slow, smooth motion, if you're not calm, you tend to rush it. You don't even realize. So zen-like, calm, be like water, use the force. Now another thing is obey all those warning signals. For example, if you see weak signal warning, better get the drone back closer to you. Low battery warning is calculated based on your drone altitude and distance from you. So when you see that, it's time to immediately bring the drone back with auto return to home or do it manually if you are confident. They got different level of low battery warning. Now, low image transmission signal. It's a good idea to remember how do you trigger return to home without your phone. To trigger return to home from the remote without a phone, you press the return to home and hold it. So this is really useful when you just drop your phone or something happened to your phone. You just can't see what the drone sees, so you can't fly it back. It's up there. Oh, for some reason it doesn't land to the exact same point. Okay. Well, I can still control it back. Now, as you can see, all this not a guarantee that it will always work. I mean, all this automation is best to treat them as a good backup when things goes wrong out of your control. It might get your drone safely back to your hand. But still, don't rely on them. Rely on yourself to fly them safely. Now, when you are finally more confident of flying it near obstacles, you should always have an escape route in your head. Like this, if I'm flying straight into it, if anything happens, the escape route is obviously coming back out. If you don't have this escape route in your mind, you might got panic and let it just stay there. But have this escape route in your mind, you know you just go back out. Now, for example, if I'm going to fly above water over there, if you don't have the escape route in mind, you may not know what to do. Suddenly it's dropping, suddenly it's drifting. Now I'm locking my eye on it. And if you have this escape route in your mind, you know you never pull the stick down. Just remind yourself, anything happens, pull up. Pull it up. I mean, it might be obvious now, but when things happen, okay, no power warning. So that's all for these tips. I think they should be quite useful for new owner. The thing is, DJI drones are really safe, really reliable if you don't do anything stupid. So these tips is to prevent you from doing anything stupid to your DJI drone.